I started recording, now you can.
Okay. Welcome to Ignite India channel. This is the largest platform for our online classes. Today's session is for theory, which will be taken by Akhilesh sir and Naveen sir. It's for students preparing for MFM, MDes, or any kind of master's program for group discussion and personal interview. We welcome you, Akhilesh sir, here. You can start the session now.
Thank you, Rimjin. I'm audible to everyone, and if you have any questions related to anything, you can please ask it in the chat box. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you. This is a presentation that I have made for your difference and all. So please check out this. All right. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. So in starting with the topic, group discussion. So what actually is a group discussion? So if you see, what is a group discussion? So group discussion is something that is a verbal exchange of words and in a leaderless discussion, which aims to find out the natural leadership level of candidate. Okay, so that means what you do is uh, once you are once you are once you are in GD, what you have to do is just a moment. Yeah, I think it's visible in full screen now, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Akhilesh, we can't hear you.
Just a moment. Yeah, I'm audible now.
Yes.
Okay, so what is a group discussion? So it is essentially a member of 8 to 10 people coming together and discussing on certain agenda or a topic. Okay, and then what you do is you just discuss this thing to come to a conclusion. So most often you don't come to a conclusion, but sometimes you do come to a conclusion, and it's a leaderless. That means no one is leading over there. It's a discussion. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion between a lot of people, like is it a group public speaking kind of thing? It's a group discussion. So what do we do? So I have cited three major differences between group discussion and public speaking. So there's group discussion is many to many interaction. That means there are 8 to 10 people in a group discussion, and then it's many to many. That means A can interact with H, and H can interact with E can interact with B can interact with D. Okay, so it's many to many interaction. That means it's not one to one. It's like interaction can happen from any people. Whereas public speaking is one to many. That in public speaking only we have one person who speaks. All right, so it's one person, one to many interaction. If you come to group discussion, again second part, it's not a solo performance. That means it's not something that you go over there and what you do is there's okay, you are trying to be a hero out there. Okay, you're trying to stand out. You're not trying to be a hero or uh, you know dominate the whole discussion. All right, it's a discussion. It's a healthy discussion that we have, and it's not solo performance. Whereas public speaking is more of a solo performance. That means you just have to be confident, and then you're speaking to maybe hundreds or thousands of people at the same time, right? Collective views matter. That means what you do as a discussion, like your views along with some other person's views added with some other people's views, it matters. That means they all come together and they form a collective objective, or the conclusion of that. Whereas in public speaking, individual views, the person who is speaking, that person's views matters. All right, and what is the importance of GD? So why, and most importantly, like why do a lot of people have question, like why is GD conducted for us? What is the significance of this? So it's a parameter for group and teamwork. That means it shows what are the different things, what are the different qualities that you have. Okay, do you have a group playing ability? That means can you work in group? All right, measures various attributes of candidates. All right, so that means are you confident? Are you able to put up your point without being without offending anyone, or without being very offensive about it? All right, and there is effective communication. That means you are trying to effective communication again means the same thing, like what you're trying to convey. Are you coming out as something that's a person who is very very aggressive in his approach, or are you able to communicate your ideas very well? Like a lot of you are not able to communicate what you're going to say very well, because what happens, you say something else, you mean something else. All right, so are you able to contribute, or are you able to convey your ideas in the same manner, the way you want it to be conveyed? That's very very important when it comes to GD, because your views can be taken out of context, and it can be twisted and thrown in your face itself. All right, so it's very important that when you're conveying your message, when you're conveying your ideas, it should come out in the same way you want it to come out. All right, it's not be something, okay, that it's just something saying something else, and people are implying it to be something else. All right, and how you're able to respond to how you have to respond to criticism. For instance, somebody says counteracts your points. You say something in the motion and somebody says against the motion, right? And in that case, how you are able to respond to that? Are you coming out as aggressive? Okay, no, you are wrong. Or no, it does not work. No, this does not happen, right? So there are different ways in which you can respond. Again, there's a difference between respond and react. So do not react over there. React is immediately, without thinking, you're saying something. Respond is just analyzing, you're trying to understand what the other person has to say. Again, group discussion is a healthy discussion. That means it's not something, okay, you just want to come out as a top. I want to be in the top, I want to, my views matters. It's again a collective view. That means everyone's views come together and form a concluding views of all everyone's views. All right, so this is the importance of GD. Helps understand subject more deeply, yes. And there are other things also that the most important part would be over here, that is left, is 8th part. So helps gain confidence of being vocal about your opinions and ideas. Like, are you able to convey, are you assertive about your ideas? Are you able to understand what the topic is, and are you confident about your views? Or it's just something that out of just despite, or out of a certain knowledge that you have, you're just putting out points across, just to be relevant to the discussion. Okay, most important part is you have to have confidence, and you have to have listening skills as well. If others are saying something, there is a point where you just stop saying something, you try to listen. All right, there will be a point also where you have to take the leadership and redirect the whole discussion. Sometimes what happens is the discussion goes in a very different direction, right? So you have to again bring those people back into the discussion to the topic. Okay, a lot of people deviate from the topic. So it is up to you as well to bring them back to the topic, and that will only come when you're listening to them. Listening also is important, because you need to learn their names as well. All right, so if you're addressing someone, you can always, instead of saying their participant number 5 or 4, sometimes if you know their name, and if you have listened their name, if you remember their name, you can point out with their names as well. All right, so there are 3 formats of GD: topic based, case studies, and group tasks. So topic based and case studies is something that is part of NIFT MFM. So topic based is on the spot topic will be given. There's nothing written over there, nothing, just there'll be just a 1 or 2 sentence of the topic, and then you'll be given few minutes to think about your ideas, think about everything, and jot down your points, and then they'll start. All right, this is module 3. If you see, this is module 3 that we have. On the week 3 we'll be doing this. There's case studies, so this is again module 2 that we'll be doing in the upcoming week. All right, and group case studies is a paragraph or passage is given to you, and then what you do is you just discuss, you read the paragraph, you take few minutes and start discussing on the topic. Group task is extension of case studies, where specific objectives are to be achieved as a group. Okay, so this is the details of this topic, what are topic based or case studies or group discussions, group tasks. So I'll be sharing this PPT with you as well. If you see group based, there are 3 things. It can be factual, it can be controversial, or it can be abstract points. All right, so these 3 things, these 3 topics are also discussed over here. So what are factual topics, what are controversial topics, and what are abstract topics? So topic based are like factual. If you come to factual topics, it comes from a word fact, right? If you see factual, so it's about practical things which ordinary person is aware of, like what is happening around you. maybe COVID-19, or if you see, there's insight into this as well. Now again, if I say COVID-19, so that's specific kind of virus we're talking about. But if it's a coronavirus, is coronavirus new to the world? No. Novel coronavirus is new to the world, but if you see coronavirus, it has been seen before as well, right? But that is what you have to have knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, then you're not able to understand the topic very well. So you need to be very aware about what is happening around you. All right, so try to get not very deep, but at least you should know certain things about certain topics. All right. These are typically socio-economic topics which may have been in the news lately, or could be unbound by time. Sometimes like demonetization. So demonetization has a very long impact. It might have been a hot topic of discussion three years back, but now still it can be said they can bring out this topic again, because it has a long lasting impact on the economy, right? So this topic can again be brought back. So it's not something bound by time. Okay, even like he's with something as independence, maybe, right? Indian independence. So those topics can be brought back. Okay, so it's not bound by time again. Okay, and it gives you it gives you, just a moment. All right, so it gives a candidate a chance to prove that he is aware of his environment. Now, as I said, like in the very beginning, we had this discussion called is sustainability a fad or fashion, right? So that is, now we have 3 key points over there: sustainability, that is topic; fad, that is a term; fashion, that is a term, right? So what are these 3 things? How are these things interconnected? So those kind of things you'll have to be aware, you have to understand. Okay, without this it will be very difficult for you to relate to the topic itself, right? So that's very important. Like there are a few examples that have been given over here: the education policy of India, tourism in India, Lokpal bill. So these are again, these are not bound by time. It can again come back. We did have a discussion about education. Is India changing its education system, right? So these kind of things will always be asked and can always be asked. Controversial topics are topics which has which have different opinion, right? These are argumentative. That means somebody can say go for, somebody can go against, somebody can be diplomatic about it, right? So these are very sensitive topics, and these topics are sometimes asked. And when these topics are asked, it becomes very heated discussion, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of opinion, right? For instance, this the recent one we had, NRC, right? So NRCs and this all these bills that are passed. So these things can also be actually these are controversial topics. So you may be in favor, you may be against, you may be like negligent, you may be diplomatic about it, right? So all these things matter, like how you're trying to approach the point. So in this case, it's very important that you do not lose your temper. Okay, if you see the interviews by Jordan Peterson, so Jordan Peterson is a person who has been very vocal about feminism in a very different way. Like how is it working for men? Feminism is mostly about women, but how is it working for men? Are men in favor of feminism? Is it can men change feminism, right? So there's a lot of hue and cry about Jordan Peterson's views. So if you see, like there's a lot of gender pay gap in male and female, right? So how does he justify this? So if you see, a lot of people are against him, but there's a lot of people also in favor of him. So this shows, like how he's very calm. People will shout at you, but he's very calm, and he's trying to counteract all the points that come across him, right? So you could watch his interviews as well. All right. So again, if you see the example, what is given is reservations should be removed, women make better managers, right? Those are very controversial topics. You may agree, you may not agree. Okay, you may not care also. It may also happen, right? So these kind of things are very these kind of topics can also be asked in your GD. All right. If you're talking about abstract topics, these are mostly omitted. That means this will not be asked in your GD, because it's very high level of discussion. Like A is the alphabet. So how do you prove it, right? Right. 1 is a unique number. You know that, but how do you prove it, right? So all these things, So India is a nation, or Hindustan is a country. How do you see this? So these are very abstract topics, and you will not be asked in from abstract topics. Okay. So over to Naveen sir. He'll start discussing the process of group discussion. What are the different process that is involved in group discussion?
Okay. So first we need to understand why is
Okay.
a GD.
Okay, you want me to share the screen? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
First, we need to understand why is a GD conducted. So while entrance exams test the candidates for their academics and knowledge of subjects, GD will test the soft skills. And there are some of the skills they want to test through GD. So these skills are leadership, social skills, communication skills, problem solving, and presence of mind. And this presence of mind will come from listening. So now briefly, if we talk about the process of group discussion, there are some of the things. First, 8 to 10 students are taken as a group. It can be up to 16 also. But in case of NIFT, it is 10 to 12. So, and it will last for 10 to 15 minutes. So for a topic based GD, where topic will be given in advance, 2 to 3 minutes will be given to the candidates to think and jot down all their thoughts, and then GD will start. So evaluation is done by experts. These experts will be from business schools, some government institution. It can be from NIFT also. So they will evaluate you based on your all the skills, and then candidates may be seated in a circle or rectangular. These arrangements are done in advance, so this is prefix, so already done, and then in that way you have to sit there. Discussions may be stopped at any time. This is on the evaluator. They decide what to do, what not to do, and you can be asked to write a conclusion, or you can be given 30 seconds is to conclude the topic. Next slide, sir. Okay, so these are the common terms you might have heard after group discussion. I couldn't finish. I should have started. Nobody let me speak. I didn't understand the topic. I misunderstood this. So these are the things you might have heard after group discussion. So there are some of the steps through which all these can be eliminated. So first is content. You should have good content. So this can be done when you practice. So develop subject knowledge on current affairs, general awareness and business trends. If you see in our recent discussion, we have tried to cover all these topics: current affairs, fashion. Since NIFT is a fashion college, so most of their topics are related to fashion industry. So we try to cover all those things. Then structure arguments on selected topics, considering both sides of the argument. So you have to plan for short and crisp. It should be powerful, so that whenever you speak, you take the attention of all the participants as well as the evaluator. Okay, next. So these are some of the traits they want to see in you. Leadership, as I told earlier. So leadership traits by showing direction to the group. Suppose in a group discussion, a certain topic is given, and someone deviates from that topic. So this is the job of a leader in that group only, who will come back to the topic. And this is the job of coordination. You coordinate with the others and come back to the main topic. Assertiveness means confidence. It is related to confidence. And this is displayed when you put your points to a group in very positive and confident manner. Then listening. Listening is very important. So suppose this will help. Suppose you have zero knowledge about some topic. A topic is given and you don't have any knowledge about that topic. Then this listening will help. You will listen to 3-4 candidates, and based on that you will make your points, and then you will start your part of discussion. Creativity always important, and this is important everywhere, not only in group discussion. This creativity is applied in everyone's life. When you go for personal interview also, this creativity is required. So this is reflected when you put across a new idea. In a group discussion, if you tell something completely new, so this will attract the attention of everyone. Okay, and then practice. So while we have been doing this, so GD skills cannot be learned from book. So you need to practice. If you just listen to YouTube videos, this can also not be, this is also not possible. So you need to practice, and there should be someone who will evaluate. That person will have knowledge, and based on his her knowledge, he will evaluate you. This is very required. Spend a lot of time analyzing each GD performance and plan a specific improvement. It should not be monotonous. Otherwise, you will be bored and you will give up. So practice, but in some different way. You change the way of practice. Okay, so there are some do's and don'ts during group discussion. So respect the contribution of other speakers, because everyone can be correct. Only you are not right and others are not wrong. So you need to understand this. Speak please gently. Be prepared with some of the topics. So some of the topics related to fashion, education, current topics, sports, environment, sustainability. So these are some of the hot topics they can ask you. So be prepared with all these topics. So you don't know what they can ask you. Listen to the given topic carefully. Don't make any mistake. When they are not giving you any passage or case study, they will speak about the topic, and you need to listen to those topics. Then summarize the discussion if the group has not reached a conclusion. And this is possible many a time that group is not able to come to the conclusion. So you have to work as a leader that time. Try to remember the names of the participants if possible. This is certainly not possible all the time. So if possible, try to remember the name, and this way you will attract the attention of the evaluator. Be assertive, not dominating, and this is very important. When you are doing group discussion, try to maintain a balanced tone. Suppose you have good knowledge about that topic, you should give chance to others so that others can also speak. Initiate the GD, and do this only when you have good knowledge about that topic. If you don't have knowledge about that topic, you have partial knowledge, or you are fully blank, then never start the GD. Let others start and then you contribute. Again, allow others to speak. Formal dressing, yes, dressing is very important. You can't wear jeans and t-shirt for a group discussion. It should be formal dressing, and you it should be comfortable also while speaking. So positive attitude, be confident always. Do not try to dominate anyone, and speak clearly. Whatever you are speaking, you are audible to everyone as well as the evaluator. And there are some of the myths about group discussion, that you should speak more. No, this is not the criteria of any group discussion. There should be limited speaking, and whatever you are speaking, that should be crisp and clear and powerful. You should dominate the discussion. You should not dominate the discussion. You can show leadership skills. Your communication skills should be good. They want to check your problem solving skills also. If that group is not able to come to some conclusion, you should take the initiative. You should speak in favor of topic. This is not required all the time. You can speak either in favor or against, and you should make others agree to your point. This is not required. Every person has his her individual view, and you should respect that. So by this we come to the end of this class. Okay, Akhilesh sir.
So, does any of you have any question?
Yeah, I
Sir,
have a
I'm
question.
Ridha.
Yeah, Vidya.
Hi, sir. I want to ask a question on the topic like problem solving. Like, if you are ending a conclusion, if you are drawing a conclusion, so can we speak from both the sides? Like, first we were speaking on the favor. Like, first we were speaking of if example for and the against. So, drawing a conclusion means we have to take in both the points, right? So
Yeah.
can we take both like favor and for against while drawing while doing problem solving, like to end the
Okay.
discussion, like to draw a
So
conclusion?
I understood your point. Rest of you, what you can do is you can drop your questions in the chat box. All right. Meanwhile, when I'm replying to it there. All right. So that you know, I can read out the questions from there as well. All right. So you can do that as well. All right. So to reply to Hridaya, so Hridaya, you're trying to say that you're, let's say you're in for the motion, and then you find that the conclusion is going against the motion, right? So in that case, how do you finish it? Again, few of the
So
aspects of the discussion is, yeah.
sir, I'm asking like if I was speaking against the thing,
Hmm.
and if we want to be the leader in the in drawing a conclusion, so can we also take in the points as in favor, like to draw to end the this discussion or to have a conclusion for that?
Yeah. So see, there are different approaches to how you come about a problem. For instance, if I say, uh, you're right, but so what does it mean? You're right, but means as
That's
soon as you use the word but, that means they are wrong,
okay.
right? But if you say, no, you're right, and I would like to add to this, right? So using the word and, it shows that you are adding to the point. You are not contradicting directly, right? And it will take you ahead in this, in the sense that you can do something like, okay, you're right, and I would like to add that this also happens, right?
Okay.
So that means you're not contradicted directly, but you're also showing that, okay, you, this is not the complete fact, right? So in that way you can end your conclusion. Okay, so for instance, so NRC is good, but and there are few more things that can be done to include more people into it, right? So that they feel included, they feel that the basic rights have not been violated, right? But if you were you use the word but, or there are kind of lot of negative words that we use in our daily life, so you can avoid that using those words. So I have shared the book, the definitive definitive book of body language. If you see in that book, there are a lot of things that are mentioned over there. Also there is there's a book, I'll share that as well. Public speaking, there's a book written, there's Dale Carnegie, so he has written this book, Art of Public Speaking. So I'll share that book as well. How you can be very very subtle in your approaches towards very minute things that people won't notice, but you are making your points come across in a very positive manner. All right, so those books also, if you want, you can also share. All right.
Okay.
I hope that answers your questions.
Yes, sir.
All
Like
right.
I
more in
would
a
like to add one point. Hridaya, you don't have to take U-turn there. So
okay.
suppose you are speaking against the topic, so you don't have to take U-turn and start speaking in favor.
Okay. So like sir said, we can actually use the words and contradict,
You can say
stating
I
either
partially agree.
okay.
You have to make your discussion in such way that you partially agree, but not completely.
Okay, sir.
So I have this question from Arijit. Arijit has asked, if somebody deviates from the topic, so how would someone bring the discussion to the main topic again, showing leadership? So yeah, Arijit, in this case, what you have to do is you have to understand, okay, so somebody is deviating from the topic, they are going away. So what you can do is, so you can always say that is a discussion for a different kind of a problem, but we are discussing this problem right now, and we would like to come back to this topic and discuss this further. We have very limited time, and we can explore lot various aspects of it. We have to discuss only this aspect. So please, I would like to come back to this topic and make this discussion healthier or kind of those kind of things. So use positive words over there and try to again, not being offensive is very important. Like not offending
Yes.
somebody. Otherwise, what happens is few of the people who are who agree with them, who agree with other person, they'll start attacking you now, right? So it's very important that you have to be very positive, very energetic in your approach, but not very holistic, right? So you have to
Yes.
say, okay, that can be discussed later. That is part of different discussion here. Let's say the person is Rohit or Sapna. So
Yes, sir.
Sapna, that is part of different discussion. But right now we have to discuss this aspect of this problem. So let's continue with discussion. What do you say? Right?
Okay, so
What happens?
so
Yes.
sir, if the person is speaking, so would I let him speak first, then I would say these things, or I would
No.
interrupt?
In this case, what happens is you can intervene, because he'll
Okay.
start taking the time, and you have limited time. It's not okay. Certain time has been related to that particular person, or certain time has been related to certain person, right? It's a group discussion, right? So it does not mean that right now what format we are applying, that format may not be used over there. That means every one
Yes.
of you will not be given 2 minutes or 3 minutes to speak, right? In that case, it's very important that you just speak in directly. Hi, I apologize. No, again, don't say sorry. See, I apologize. Okay, sorry has a different meaning, apologize has a different meaning, right? I apologize for intervening here, but I think that what you're saying here is a matter of different discussion, very that is different aspect of discussion that we have. I think we should discuss this aspect of this problem that we have been asked in this group discussion, right? So that
Okay.
way he'll also not be offended, and he will know that he is deviating from the topic, right? Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Mayank
Thank
has said that can you show do's and don'ts slide from the presentation. Mayank has said when Naveen sir also that we'll be sharing this presentation in the group. All right. So you can go through the whole presentation, no problem. All right.
I have a question.
Yeah, Pranav.
So as yesterday, Naveen sir sent a message on the group that thank you is not necessary. So is there any way, or how can we conclude your points when you're at the GD?
Okay, Naveen sir.
Yeah. See, in group discussion, you don't speak for only one time. You can say thank you only if you are the last participant, and after that, there won't be further discussion. Only in that case, you can say thank you. Because whenever real group discussion starts, you don't get so much time to say thank you and introduce yourself. So refrain yourself from introducing and saying thank you. Thank you is only required when you are the last participant and you are concluding the topic.
So you
Most
would
of the
say
time,
that
what happens is, yeah, please continue.
you're saying that when you're discussing, if you're not in the end, you just say that this is part of my points I would like to say.
You don't have to say this. Someone will cut you in between and start speaking. So you won't get that much time.
See,
So
most of the time, what happens is your discussion keeps going on, and the time is already up, right? So in that case, the evaluator they themselves will stop you. Okay, so discussion is over, time is over. So that's all. So it's again that comes a collective thank you from everyone. Like everyone, okay, thank you, sir, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's
So
a collective
next
thank
week,
you. Okay,
next week, module 2 we are going to do, and that will be real group discussion, like NIFT does in group discussion.
So I have very few time left, but I will take my next question here. So how to make controversial topics not very specific for one side and not arguing about for Hindu and Muslim like CA as a topic. So controversial topics require a lot of knowledge, insights. Okay, like you do not have to have an opinion first, right? And certainly not be deviated from the paid media. So you have to have a thorough discussion. You have to have a thorough knowledge. And once you have this thorough knowledge, then you can be very assertive about this. Otherwise, what happens is you might overlook some aspects that others might have picked up, and they will
So
start discussing those
I
aspects.
may offend them or something.
See, controversial topics are not you might offend a lot of people, but again, how do you calm yourselves, and how do you see? Again, I'll bring the example of Jordan Peterson here. If you see, he is trying to discuss something that is already very taboo right now. Like a lot of people are discussing feminism, and feminism is good, and feminism is so it should be encouraged. But he's trying to discuss that he's not again anti-feminism, but he's trying to say that what gender pay gap we have, or what gender equality that cannot be obtained. So how does he put across a lot of people? There's a lot of panel and a lot of people are against him, but how does he come across as very assertive and very confident? Because he has knowledge, he has seen these facts and details in very long discussion, right? So that is how you can come across as very knowledgeable person. Because if you don't have knowledge, you'll not have confidence. If you don't have confidence, you'll not be assertive, right? So in
Yes.
that case, of course, you might risk the chance of being offensive. Yes, you might offend some people, but again, there's a way of doing that, right? We have 1.5 minutes left. So of what to do if this is from Sapna here. So what to do if you are not giving a chance to speak? For example, every time you try to speak, sometimes cuts in between. Yes, this is a very holistic approach. A lot of people do this. Naveen sir, I would like to take your opinion on this very quickly.
See, in this case, your voice should be clear and you should be audible to everyone. Your points should be short and crisp. So it doesn't matter you speak for only 30 seconds. If your points are valid, you are counted.
Okay, so we have this last question from Hidaya sir. What if group discussion gets into a heated debate? Can we speak in to conclude the topic? So if it is a heated debate, you will have to try to take the leadership and try to calm everyone down. Okay, that is leadership quality that will be depicted by you in the discussion. All right. So the different aspects again, as I said, please try to see Jordan Peterson's debate. He will give you a lot of ideas. Okay, Rimji ma'am, you can conclude now.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, thank you for being in this session. Thank you, Akhilesh sir and Naveen sir, for guiding them about group discussions in depth and detail. For any questions, please come.